Bill O'Reilly here, Friday, November 15th, 2019. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. The big story this week, of course, impeachment. Two State Department officials were questioned over the president's dealings with Ukraine by members of the House Intelligence Committee, led by Congressman Adam Schiff, who I do not believe likes President Trump very much. First in the docket, George Kent, State Department career guy, top Ukraine official. Then William Taylor, acting U.S. ambassador to Ukraine. Democrats labeled the hearings a, quote, solemn day for America. Republicans called the event a show trial to undermine the 2016 election. The heart of the testimony this week hinges on the president's intent, whether he used his position to leverage foreign politicians to investigate the Bidens for political purposes, or, as Mr. Trump claims, to help root out corruption. It's clear to all fair-thinking Americans that the impeachment hearings are a partisan exercise to damage President Trump and the Republican Party heading into the 2020 general election. Not one Republican Congressperson is supporting impeachment. The evidence so far is scant. The Democrats accusing President Trump of withholding aid to Ukraine if the country refused to open an investigation into former Vice President Joe Biden's conduct in Ukraine. The argument has one fatal flaw. The aid was delayed a few weeks, not withheld. The Ukraine never opened an investigation into Joe Biden. Now, the whole thing sets a terrible precedent going forward, of course. From now on, all future presidents can be dragged into an impeachment show trial based on subjective material from an opposition party if that party controls the House. This isn't good. Going forward, the Democrats will ultimately have to end the inquiry and decide whether or not they want to hold a vote on impeachment. A simple majority in the House is needed to impeach Donald Trump. If articles are passed, the trial is held in the Senate, presided over by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts. But no one believes the Senate will convict Donald Trump, as 66 senators would have to vote that way. So why are we doing this? Coming up, my message of the day on how Americans are processing the political hatred. Back after this. American Financing is a mortgage company for everyone. Doesn't matter where you are in the home ownership process, they can help. If you're a first-time home buyer needing a down payment, they have options that require as little as nothing down. Maybe you're a vet looking to use a VA loan. They're going to take care of you. Already own a home? Their salary-based mortgage consultants can help lower your rate or access cash to pay off high-interest debt, potentially saving you $1,000 or more a month. It only takes 10 minutes to get started. There are never any upfront fees, no pressure, no obligation. At American Financing, they work for you, creating a custom loan with low rates and fast closings. With rates so low right now, you should really take advantage. Call 888-462-9557, 888-462-9557, or go online to AmericanFinancing.net. American Financing, NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Time now for the O'Reilly Update. Message of the day: processing impeachment and political hatred. So CBS News took a poll earlier this month, and it said that 52% of Americans think this whole impeachment thing is a bad situation. 48% like it. 75% of Republicans believe the whistleblower in the impeachment inquiry, his motives were to damage Donald Trump. 13% of Republicans believe the whistleblower's motives were to protect U.S. interests. 7 in 10 Americans paying at least some attention to the impeachment thing. As was the case last month, Democrats paying more attention than Republicans or independents. According to Politico, 81% of Americans say there's little or no chance they'll change their mind on impeachment. 50% support it, 41% oppose it. The rest of them don't know what's going on. But the whole thing is sad. It's bad for the country, as I have stated on television, on BillO'Reilly.com, and on this radio broadcast. What are we gaining here? The Senate is not going to remove Donald Trump. There has been no sensational evidence or even vivid evidence put forth so far. The first day of testimony was boring, and Americans are going to start to tune out. Now, in the case of Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton, you had crimes. Richard Nixon obstructed justice. It was proven. You could hear it on the tape. Bill Clinton committed perjury. He lost his law license. Those are crimes. You have to take action if you're in the House of Representatives. Now, Clinton was not removed. Nixon didn't want to submit himself to impeachment, so he resigned. Now, most Americans believe this whole thing is a partisan political exercise designed to damage Trump because the Democrats really don't have anybody to run against him. Now, this whole thing will be over, I think, before Christmas. Maybe I'm wrong on that. It might extend into January, but it'll be over fairly soon. And then the campaign of 2020 begins. So this is really interesting. You have an incumbent president, Donald Trump, who is as polarizing as any president who's ever been in the Oval Office. Yet the economy is booming. People are working. Salaries are going up. If Donald Trump gets a trade deal with China, which he says he will do, that's going to really help him. Also, there are no new wars. Our conflicts are under control. So Donald Trump has a record to run on. He's not going to be easy to beat, and his supporters are adamant. On the Democratic side, there is an opportunity because Donald Trump is so controversial. However, not one Democratic candidate has stepped up and captured the imagination of the American voters. And the big money men within the Democratic Party are very, very worried. That's driving a lot of this impeachment stuff. So now Michael Bloomberg, former mayor of New York, is in the race. Deval Patrick, former governor of Massachusetts. But neither of those guys is going to really shake anything up. They're moderates. That's why they're in. All in all, the Democrats really don't have much going right now. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message. Please check out BillO'Reilly.com for more analysis. Up next, something you might not know. Do you or a loved one suffer from sleep apnea and require the use of a CPAP machine? Did you know that manufacturers recommend you wash your sleep equipment every day with soap and water? Fortunately, there's an easier option. SoClean is the fast and easy way to maintain your sleep equipment. With SoClean, you just put the equipment in, close the lid, walk away. It's 100% waterless. SoClean gives you peace of mind knowing your sleep equipment is properly maintained every night. With nearly 9,000 five-star reviews, it's time to check it out for yourself. Right now, for my listeners, you can try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. Even shipping is free. So don't wait and call 1-800-520-1279 or go to SoClean.com to take advantage of this 30-night risk-free trial and free shipping. Again, that's 1-800-520-1279 or go to SoClean.com right now. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. An ancient Greek historian once wrote, "Whom the gods love, die young." Musician Billy Joel would reprise that lyric for his 1977 hit single, "Only the Good Die Young." According to the U.S. Census Bureau, approximately 2% of the population dies before reaching the age of 30. Most common causes include car accidents, suicide, drug overdoses. That sad statistic also applies to the rich and famous, millionaire musicians and actors who did not live to see their 30th birthday. Here are some of those people. Actor James Dean, considered the most promising young performer of his time, adored by millions of fans for his role in Rebel Without a Cause, died at age 24 in a head-on collision outside of Los Angeles in 1955. Buddy Holly. He died at age 22 in a plane crash alongside Ritchie Valens and J.P. Richardson, better known as the Big Bopper. The tragedy is often referred to as the day the music died, based on lyrics from Don McLean's song American Pie. The list goes on: Heath Ledger, Otis Redding, rapper Tupac Shakur, and many more. But here's something you might not know. Historians have morbidly coined the term the 27 Club, referring to an eerie number of world-famous celebrities who have died at the specific age of 27. Members of the club include Nirvana songwriter Kurt Cobain, legendary guitarist Jimi Hendrix, singer Janis Joplin, The Doors singer Jim Morrison, Amy Winehouse, and Rolling Stones co-founder Brian Jones. Researchers from the British Medical Journal actually conducted an investigation in December 2011 to determine if 27-year-olds face an increased risk of death for any particular reason. Scientists found no additional problems for the general population, but did discover substance abusers and addicts typically die from an overdose sometime in their late 20s or early 30s, peak years of drug use and dangerous behavior. Fair warning to young people: no one escapes drug and alcohol addiction. Back after this. Forget Russian hackers and elections for a moment, please. This is worse. Cyber thieves are stealing American homes. Guess where your home's legal title and mortgage documents are kept? Online. Wide open. Your signature and everything thieves need to take over ownership of your home is easily available online. Thieves forge your name off the title, then refile the deed so it appears you sold it. Then they go to unscrupulous lenders and borrow money using your home's equity. Then they disappear, and you get stuck with the payments. Banks, insurance, and identity theft programs do not protect you. Home Title Lock does. Home Title Lock puts a virtual firewall around your home's title and mortgage, and they monitor the black market to see if your home is for sale. Your home equity is your retirement, your emergency fund. Let me help protect it with 60 risk-free days of Home Title Lock. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com and enter your address to see if you're already a victim. Defend yourself at HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.